What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to walk you through my dad's old Huffman Racing Goodies Dash Series shop. Late model stock cars out of here, Bush cars out of here in the early 90s. So a lot of cool stuff happened in this race shop. I worked full time out of here for a long time. It's a little bit of a sad trip. You'll see it when we walk through here, but it kind of puts me in my feels a little. It's basically used for storage now, but there is some cool stuff still sitting around here. So I'm gonna walk you through it. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be short and sweet. Let's get to it. All right, pretty much right when we walk in the door, main attraction. This here is the only Goodies Dash car that we have left. I don't know if you remember the Toyota throwback that Brandon Jones did and Joe Gibbs Racing did to my dad last year at Darlington, but they did come and film this car a little bit. It's the last remaining one he's got. He called this chassis lucky. He won, I think, almost 40 races in this car and traveled all the Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 3,500 subs. You guys have been like shooting this channel through the roof here lately, so I really do appreciate that. The channel growth and the viewership has been insane this past couple of days, well, really weeks, but especially the past couple of days. So let's get after it. Let's see what we can get accomplished today. Take you guys with me. What is going on, YouTube? Landon Huffman here, back with another video. It's a beautiful day here at Huffman Racing. I'm bringing you a race shop video today. We are preparing our 75 broken antler late model stock car to do a doubleheader this weekend. We're going to Wake County Speedway tomorrow night on Friday for a 60-lap event, and then we're going to travel, if it survives Wake, to Tri-County Speedway on Saturday for 75 laps of late model stock action. So chasing 2 trophies this weekend. Today we are getting ready to load. We're getting the car on the ground. I'm just going over everything, getting the pit box ready, and I wanted to record a video. And the main reason I wanted to record this video is because I am feeling very thankful today. And I know that's kind of cliche to say, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about just how far we've came on this channel and where we started, where this shop started when I began this whole YouTube journey, and where we're at now is pretty remarkable. So throughout the beginning of this video, I wanted to show some pictures from when we first started, some video of when we were originally cleaning out this shop with hopes of having race cars in here. Now we have all these wind banners, 2 beautiful race cars set in here, a load of sponsors, and a ton of videos to document what the story has been like over the course of the last 5 years. And you guys have been here every step of the way. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoyed this trip back in time. And then I hope you enjoy seeing us get ready to go racing this weekend. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into it. When you do not want to buy a practice set of tires, you take all the tires you have in the shed and pick out all the lefts and all the tires that you think are still decent, maybe have a little bit of life left. And then I'm going to make a set out of them to put on this baby for Wake County tomorrow. So we'll see what we can throw together here. A nice little hodgepodge match set, baby. That's what we're shooting for. So I know you guys just watched our Wake County experience in the Cars Tour. This will be the first time I've been back to Wake County for a weekly show since we won, which was last year, I don't know, fall, late summer. In the 57 car, we won both races that night. I also won in this car there last year as well. But this will just be one 60-lap race, and it's really fun to go to Wake County for a weekly show because the crowd always shows out, and they promote and do an excellent job to get people in that place. It's also very cheap to race there. I know I did the cost video not long ago talking about what it costs at the racetrack expense-wise. Wake County is actually a 2-tire track, so the tire expenses is half of what it would normally cost to race. Plus, if you go race there and support the racetrack, the promoter tries to give back to the racers by making the tire cost cheaper. So 2 new tires and your 2 scuff tires are only $350 there, and you race for $1,200. So it's a very good purse, and it's actually makes sense to go race there. I know I'm biased, but late model stock cars, they just look better than cup cars. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think these cars look better than what you see racing on Sunday. Because I firmly feel that they look way, way better. This is a race car. So like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm feeling very thankful today. Thinking back on my channel, I got a notification that we've been creating videos for 5 years. So it's incredible to think that I've been talking to this camera for 5 years on this YouTube channel, but very cool to see the progress that we've made. I mean, this shop was essentially dead. I know I've talked about it multiple times, but if you're new to the channel, if you came over in this recent wave, thanks to LS George and Cletus, and you haven't really watched many of my videos, this channel started essentially as a restoration channel for this race shop. This was my dad's 1990s NASCAR race shop. It was built in 1990 or 1991, somewhere around in there. I'll throw some pictures in right here while I'm talking as well, so you guys can see some original photos from the shop. And then I'll be mixing in the video, of course, from some of our early videos here. But it had pretty much fallen to the wayside. It was not even thought about as a shop anymore. It was mostly a storage unit at the time. But there's still a whole bunch of goodies, dash wheels, and just stuff laying around. On old school timeout, I used that baby for the entirety of my late model stock career when I owned my own car. I bent a number of wheels on that thing. It really sucks. You gotta remember, at one point in time, this was a badass race shop. In the 80s, this was a late model shop, which is cool as hell. In the early 90s, Dad ran some bush races out of here. So there was just a lot of cool stuff in here. And I wish I could, I guess, go back in time and see that. But this is where all the parts storage was, if you went through it all. A storage bin for my grandpa, just to put some of the things he had owned. My aunt passed away in 2018, so it became even more of a storage bin at that point. All of her belongings were put in here, so it had just gotten to the point where it was falling down, ready to catch on fire, not good. You know, the heat didn't work in here, the floors were awful, there was shit packed to the ceiling was falling down, which it still is in many areas, but never in a million years did I think I would be racing out of this shop again, like my father did. I actually grew up racing out of a shop, a small shop that he had built outside of our house. So this shop, while close to home, was never thought of as a race shop anymore at that point. And to be where we're at now, a lot's happened at the racetrack in between. We've introduced some new sponsors, Sugarlands Distilling Company being one of my largest partners that we've introduced here at Huffman Racing, beginning with High Rock Vodka and now with Broken Antler Whiskey, continuing to support both the High Rock brand, the Broken Antler Whiskey brand, and all of Sugarlands products. But I'm just very grateful that I've been able to do this, and it's only because of your help watching these videos. My grandpa has done a lot to this shop once he realized the interest that we had and wanting to get it back going. So definitely a family effort, but I consider you guys a very, very huge part of bringing this race shop back to life. I know I've showed this before, but if you're new to the channel, again, and you haven't seen any of this before, this, in those old videos, those old restoration videos, was a paint room. It was the paint booth, and there was doors here that closed, and it was essentially just used to paint bodies when my dad would race in the Goodies Dash series back in the day in the 90s and 2000s. And then he would do body work for other people. But since then, we have converted it to the setup area. We poured some concrete, my uncle did, which is now the only level part of the shop. And this is where we set up the cars and do all of our scaling and stuff like that. So I need to replace some of these lights, which were all old ballast lights, and we've since then put in these LEDs, which some of these do work. I just don't have this light switch on. Yeah, look at that. Hell, I think Guts already replaced some of those, so somebody come in here and worked on it. But it looks way better now, and at one point, you know, this wasn't even a functional room. That's why that right there is covered up, and it was a air vent, a huge fan that vented out all the paint. So all the wood paneling that you see in the shop, all around the shop on this side, it all came from Hurricane Hugo. So around 1989, Hugo came through North Carolina, knocked down a bunch of trees, and my grandpa went around, helped people out, grabbed trees off of our property, but from other people's property, and he ended up having all of this wood cut and used it as the paneling for the shop. So an interesting, you know, fact about the actual wall here, and it's old school, man. You don't see wood paneling like this very often, but it did come from the remnants of Hurricane Hugo when it came through. I showed it a few videos ago, but we've now turned this into a podcast room, which is just absolutely insane. But this was the original scale area with grain scales in the floor. All right, Wyatt, take us to your sophisticated fixes here. If you guys remember, this was the scale area that we talked about, which will eventually get filled in. There's a whole
big spot where that board's gonna hang in.
And then that door actually goes to the parts room that we've somewhat worked on, but still kind of a mess, and we've got to continue to work on it. But for this to be in here and us to have internet and all that good stuff in the race shop now was just insane compared to where we were at, 5 years ago. Standing up on the roof trying to just screw back down the tin so that it wouldn't leak everywhere. If you have been a subscriber for, I don't know, at least 3 years, let me know down in the comments. Or if you're brand new and you get a chance to go back and watch some of those old videos, comment down below. Let me know what your favorite memory or favorite part of this channel has been over the last 5 years. If you were here for the original Race Shop restoration, let me know, because I think it's kind of cool to see those of you guys who have been around for a long time. You've been through the ups and the downs, which I'm very adamant about here on this channel. I keep things very real. I show you the good, the bad, the ugly, and all the in between. And we've had some very good success here. We've won some races on this channel. Won 2 championships since we started the channel, and we've also had some really bad moments and some crashes and some times that I'm not necessarily super proud of, but that's life, and that's racing, and that's why I try to give you the most real and honest and true, representation of what it's like. Just even to adding this tire shed, which we keep all our tires in, we have a tire changer in there. None of that was there when we started restoring this thing, and all this out here was just an absolute mess, which looks awesome now. My grandpa ended up building that shed several years back, and we've used it. There's the old air vent coming from the paint booth there that I was talking about. But yeah, grandpa put in this concrete here to level all this out because we had a weird dip where all the water was running down and getting under the door. So just a bunch of small things that have been done. All the heating vents for the furnaces were redone. Bunch of small things that don't always get talked about that have been super useful. So because I'm racing 2 different tracks this weekend, 2 different days, there will be 2 race day vlogs that go out next week. Wake County being tomorrow, that vlog will go out hopefully on Monday like we have been on schedule. And then I'm actually gonna do the vlog. So Brett's been editing the race day vlogs while I've been doing these videos for you, but I haven't edited a race day vlog in a hot minute like I used to. So Brett is not gonna be able to make it on Saturday, and I'm gonna be doing the vlog. So you're gonna have an old school iPhone with just a GoPro in the car, and my wife recording from the grandstands with hopefully some audio overlay with the spotter. And RJ's gonna spot. My dad's not gonna be there this weekend, so RJ's gonna have to spot. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't know who's gonna spot tomorrow. I haven't got that far yet because dad's not gonna be there either. But car's ready to go. We got it fired up, got it making sure all the fluids are good, making sure everything's running. It's going to fire up, the battery's not dead or anything like that. And then, yeah, going to get ready to load her in the box and then take my wife to dinner, probably at Texas Roadhouse. Because if you've been keeping up with anything we've been doing, the Texas Roadhouse 57 looks awfully good in the car store. My dad's been 3D printing some stuff at his truck parts store, and he just made me some carb caps with the Huffman Racing logo on it. So that's pretty badass. So shout out to Dad on the 3D printed card caps. It's a good addition. I've got some for Carol's Speed Shop as well. Oh, hell no. from where I raced. Try to get it up on the board here. Hell, we almost needed, that race needed people to be rougher to make it a better race. We were all too nice. All right, guys, I'm closing up here. We got to leave about 10 o'clock tomorrow to get to Wake for a little early morning practice, and then you guys can actually watch the races, not on our stream, but Wake has their own stream. It's wakecountyspeedway.tv. So if you want to pay for the pay-per-view, it's about the price of a ticket for admission, I believe. So support the racetrack. If you want to tune in, if you're one of the guys that are way far away from where we race and you want to watch, you're more than welcome to tune in. I would appreciate all the support that you give the racetrack, because the racetrack is honestly one of my favorite places to go race, and they really try to take care of the racers. But again, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. Thank you for supporting what we do. Those of you that have been here for a very long time, man, thank you for, you know, being a part of this journey and really contributing to this channel. It means the world to me and my guys. And shout out to all the channel members that are on there. Those of you that are additionally helping us out by being a member, I'm going to work on some things to do for you guys that will make that beneficial, but it does help out the channel and what we do here with the content that we create, and it helps us go racing. So thank you guys so much. Doubleheader this weekend, Wake County tomorrow, on Friday, Tri-County Speedway on Saturday. Come out and see us if you're local, and tune in online if you can. Thank you guys so much. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.